frontier.
Space, the final frontier. Hey now, what's up everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here, as you can tell, to talk about the top 5 best episodes of the original Star Trek series. Now, I'm somebody who, I'm not the biggest Star Trek fan. The only reason why I'm doing this is because I wanted to watch and review all of the original Star Trek movies before the new one comes out. But I thought, well, if I'm going to go and watch the original movies, I should at least watch some of the TV show just to get a background, a sense of the characters and everything. So I looked up online the top 5 best episodes. I looked at like 3 different lists, and then I took all of the common ones that were on all of the lists, and here I go. I watched them. The first episode I saw was from Season 1, Episode 14, entitled Balance of Terror. The plot is we see the Romulans, this alien race on a ship who attacked this outpost out there. So the Enterprise, Captain Kirk and his crew, they have to decide whether it's worth it to go after these Romulans, go to war with them, risk the lives and whatnot. Now, this episode was interesting. For somebody who, look, my history with the original Star Trek, as a kid, reruns were on TV all the time. I've seen maybe just a couple episodes as a kid. I don't really remember them. I just kind of know the general thing of it. So going back and seeing an actual episode and understanding why the original Star Trek fans like this show, especially the ones who don't like the newer movies, because the newer movies are more about action and a lot of stuff is going on, where the original show is more about, not the politics, but just about human emotion or whether right and wrong. And seeing Kirk have to struggle with attacking these aliens, if it's worth risking the life of his crew, and them debating about it, and them having different opinions about it, that was interesting. I'll admit that. You see this other character, Styles, accusing Spock, played by Leonard Nimoy, of not being trustworthy because he's not human, and even Kirk comes to Spock's defense and tells Styles to not be a bigot, and all this stuff. I'm like, whoa, oh yeah, this is 1967, isn't it? But Spock doesn't have any human emotion, so he doesn't really react. He's just kind of like, whatever, walks away. William Shatner as Captain Kirk, I liked him. I did. At first, I kind of found it amusing the way how he was delivering his lines, because he was a little, I don't want to say overly dramatic, but just some points, some words that he said I thought was kind of funny. But the more episodes I watched, the more I got behind him, and I liked his character. He's very stern, sometimes stubborn, but he knows what he wants. He's not afraid to argue about it. The next episode was Arena. This was Season 1, Episode 18. At the beginning, we see them on this planet, which is also being attacked, their outpost being attacked by these aliens, and Kirk and Spock, they're all there, and the scene of the missiles shooting at them, explosions going off, and them jumping around trying to avoid it, I thought was a pretty cool opening. For the 60s and the effects that they were going with, a TV budget, I was willing to go with this. And again, we have an episode where Kirk has to decide whether he should attack these people. And he's quick to do it this time. Spock not so much disagrees with him because he doesn't really have feelings about it, but he's telling him logically that they shouldn't do it. But Kirk is like, no, we're fucking doing this. Then a third party alien race shows up and they're like, okay, humans, we don't like the way you're doing this stuff. We don't like that you're so violent and so quick to wage war against other aliens. So we're going to take your leader, Kirk, pluck him into this deserted planet, have him go one-on-one with the leader of the people that you're about to attack, and have them dish it out. You see this reptilian alien. It's just a guy in a rubber suit. Looks kind of silly and hokey, sure, but I liked the characteristics of him, the fact that he was superhuman and had all of the strength. Even Kirk, like everything he was trying to do against him wasn't working. He dropped a huge-ass rock on him, and the thing kept getting back up. The fact that he didn't have any weapons of his own, so he had to be resourceful and create fire and create weapons. So I was with it. I was, and especially because, again, this episode culminates with whether or not Kirk should kill this alien, whether or not humans should just to kill, or whether they're a race that can be saved or have hope and all this stuff. The next episode I saw is my favorite episode of these ones that I watched. Space Seed. This is from Season 1, Episode 22. We see the crew find this ancient Earth ship from the 20th century. It's funny to hear them because this story is set so far in the future. They're talking about the 1990s like it's a long time ago. But yet, they shot it in the 60s. It's kind of funny to hear them talk about it. But they find this ship with these genetically engineered humans, one of them being Khan. Khan is played by Ricardo Montalban, and Khan is just this big Native American dude. He's 5 times the strength of a regular human, and you're like, wow, this guy means serious business. But then Lieutenant MacGyvers finds out the hard way just how charming he is, how smooth he is, and he woos his way into her heart. She falls so easily. The scene where he's picking at her hair because she has it done up and he likes her hair better down, and I'm like, she's so cooing over this guy. It's hilarious. Now, I might have been a little disappointed by the actual fight between Khan and Kirk because they built up his strength and how much better he was, but Kirk kind of beat him easily. But I was so into the story, into the setup of all of it, and I know that the character comes back in one of the movies, so I can't wait to see that. Next episode I saw, City on the Edge of Forever. Again, Season 1, Episode 28. In this plot, we see Bones, McCoy. He gets infected by this thing and goes batshit crazy. He jumps into this portal to the 1930s and does something that messes up the future, gets rid of the Enterprises, so the crew is screwed. Spock and Kirk have to go back in time to the 30s as well, stop him from doing whatever he's doing. It was interesting to see Spock and Kirk on Earth in the 30s, them having to interact with people. And again, the fish out of water story is something that I can always get behind, always get amusement from, especially Kirk falling for this woman who is supposed to die, but he falls in love with her. Sure, maybe it's like, do we really need Kirk to fall in love with somebody? But I did like their dynamic. I did like Kirk being this smooth guy, because he is. There's a lot of points in these episodes where he finds this woman and he's just being suave and smooth. The last episode I saw, Mirror Mirror, this is Season 2, Episode 4, and Kirk, McCoy, Scott, and Uhura, they are on this planet when they're supposed to get beamed up. Something happens, a malfunction, to where they get put on an alternate universe. And they're on their Enterprise in that universe, and that crew, you see Spock and you see everybody on that ship, they're all assholes, they're all bad guys, they're evil, and it's just it's again, it's another interesting plot, interesting story of them dealing with this alternate world and just how fucked up the stuff that their counterparts did there, and them trying to get back home. So and the best part about that was you had evil Spock, but Spock, again, doesn't have human emotions, so he was kind of just more going along with what everybody else was doing, the evil people. It was evil Sulu, played by George Takei, who was so creepy and skeevy in the way how he was talking to Uhura and trying to hook up with her, which Uhura, all of the women on the Enterprise, they have these skirts, but like skirts that are so short that like you can see their legs, and sometimes if they're bending over the computer, I know, I'm a creep. I'm sure they did that for a reason. They all look good, especially Uhura. She looked hot as hell a lot of times there. I'm surprised these people aren't trying to bang these women left and right. But anyways, for these 5 episodes that I watched, I enjoyed them. I did. Is it something that makes me want to jump at watching all 3 seasons that has like 30 episodes each? Not anytime soon. I'm glad that I watched them, and now I'm looking forward to watching the movies for the very first time. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you've seen these 5 episodes of Star Trek, the original series. What do you think of them? Do you agree with me? Disagree? Are there other episodes that I didn't talk about that are great? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!